Hello, this is a short reflection on the Gospel reading for today, which is Corpus Christi, and it's taken from John's Gospel, chapter 61, verses 51 to 58, and I'll just read it to you to start with. Jesus said to the crowd, "I am the living bread that came down from heaven. If anyone eats this bread, he will live forever. And the bread that I will give for the life of the world is my flesh." The Jews then disputed among themselves, saying, "How can this man give us his flesh to eat?" So Jesus said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. Whoever feeds on my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise him up on the last day. For my flesh is true food, and my blood is true drink. Whoever feeds on my flesh and drinks my blood abides in me, and I in him. As the living Father sent me, and I live because of the Father, so whoever feeds on me, he will also live because of me. This is the bread that came down from heaven, not like the bread the fathers ate and died. Whoever feeds on this bread will live forever." As it was for those early Jews, if we kind of listen seriously to this passage, it seems rather strange, if not somewhat disgusting, eating and drinking flesh and blood. To help the Jews understand what Jesus was on about, he refers to the Jewish experience of eating manna, superordinary bread, that was given to them while they trekked across the desert, having escaped from slavery in Egypt, on their way to the Promised Land. So the manna symbolised for them freedom. It was the bread of freedom, the bread of promise, the bread of a new life. And that's what Jesus says he is, that he gives. He is the bringer of freedom, the bringer of new life. So, where in your life do you need freedom or more freedom? What are the things that you need freedom from? And what are the things that you would like to be free to do? Jesus is promising here that if we bring those unfreedoms to him, those desires to be out in an open space and free, then he is the bread of freedom, and he will bring us that freedom. Christians experience that freedom especially when they take part in the Eucharist, when they consume the body and blood of Christ in a sacramental way. It puts us in touch with him. It relates us to him. It joins our lives, physical, mental and spiritual, to the life of Jesus. So next time you're in the line to receive communion, if your church does it that way, bring your sense of unfreedom with you. And that you will then find that if you do that, and if you have the desire for true freedom, then the bread that you eat will prove for you to be the bread of freedom, the bread of new life, the life that lasts for all eternity.